Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch, kind enough to join us this morning. Tom, Mr. President, welcome back to the show. Great to have you with us, sir.
Hey, Joe. Merry Christmas. Thanks for having me back.
Merry Christmas, Tom. I'll tell you, it's great to have you. Thank you for your fight, brother. Thank you for your fight. I see what you do. You're the one guy that puts you say something and you take it to court. You take action against all the things we're complaining about. Tom Fitton, tell us about how dangerous this Twitter situation is. And we knew it. You knew it. You wrote about it. Are you going to take them to court? Will Judicial Watch take the folks that ran Twitter that did possibly commit crimes to court, Tom Fitton?
Oh, I don't know. Well, it depends on what other documents come out. We're already in court against a California agency that got YouTube to take down a Judicial Watch video. And I know they also got Twitter to take down some tweets from other Americans. What's interesting about this is where there might be potential litigation for someone, is that it looks like the FBI was getting Twitter to take down the tweets of American citizens,
wow.
Which in my view would be illegal and be subject not only to criminal investigation, but as you point out, maybe a lawsuit here or two. And the question is, did Twitter act in such a way, I'm not a lawyer, but my general understanding is, you got to get Twitter in that conspiracy with the government to attack someone's civil rights or abuse them in order to get them in court. And some of that evidence seems to be popping up, that's for sure, with the Twitter files being released by Elon Musk.
And Tom, you said this is so egregious what Twitter has done, and agreed. But we know about the mainstream media. We've been talking about this all morning, Tom. And it's like, what Twitter has done. Facebook and Google. And the network news, for that matter, corporate media. We know that they shut everything down. They suppress everything down. I don't know how the news media, Tom Fitton, you know best, how the news media on television get away with it because they're under the aegis of the FCC, like we are here on Salem Media, But Twitter had really. There's nobody there were no guardrails for Twitter. They could do pretty much what they want because they were private entities. So you're telling me, just to be clear, if they do go after the folks that ran Twitter and did suppress all of these things, it would be an individual, for example, trying to speak his mind, shut down perhaps from the DOJ, and then that would be fodder for a lawsuit.
Yeah, maybe. Also, did Twitter lie to agencies and the Congress when they said they were not colluding with the Biden campaign?
Yeah.
Did Jack Dorsey, the former head of Twitter, lie to Congress when he said that conservatives were being targeted and shadow banned, which is kind of another way of making sure our tweets aren't seen?
Yeah.
What happens is you see your own tweet, but no one else does. And that raises some serious criminal questions in my view too. Elon Musk is exposing not only political and government corruption, but corporate corruption. And you're raising a fair question about what the accountability should be for that, and we'll see.
Yeah, because if indeed the Biden administration, they said, well, Joe Biden wasn't president then, but if the DNC went in and how they suppressed that Hunter Biden story is beyond me. This is the point I'm making. All of this and all that Elon Musk is doing is so great because it gives us credibility. All of us who have criticized the slant of mainstream media, but I wonder if it goes anywhere. I'm wondering if is it a criminal act? Will they be punished for it? And the good news is we see that we were right all along. Thank you very much. And Tom, you were ahead of the curve in that regard. But anything that you think we'll see Jack Dorsey maybe being called up with this Republican House of Representatives?
Well, certainly some of these folks are going to be witnesses to Congress, and they're going to be asked questions about their prior testimony, not only Dorsey, but other Twitter officials who knew better about what he was saying. The Biden administration supports censorship, is attacking Elon Musk. So I can't imagine they're going to do anything. So it's going to be up to Congress to kind of, presumably change the law to make it clear that they can't do this anymore. Let's put it directly, because what we're seeing going on in Twitter is still happening in Facebook, still happening at Google, YouTube. Of course, Facebook also and Meta owns Instagram. TikTok, the Chinese communists run that, so the Biden people are happy with that because censorship is, job one for them. So this is just the tip of the iceberg in terms of what needs to be done to ensure that free speech is alive and well on the Internet.
Yeah, because even with the COVID situation, man, Tom Fitton, they shut everything down. If you came up, on the show, what we said on the show, we would have doctors on this show years ago, before Joe Rogan even said anything about therapies. Oh my gosh, you were vilified for it, and they would shut you down on Twitter. They just completely shut you down, and that to me is an affront to the public health of United States citizens. Correct?
Yeah, when you deny people access to full information about controversial medical treatments and controversial medical advice, you are undermining the public health. And they were doing it in league with the government. They still are. And I understand the new batches related to Twitter files, at least if Musk is to be believed, and he certainly has put his money where his mouth is in terms of his predictions, they should be coming out soon. So I think we're going to get more details on that.
Yeah, and reading from Senator Paul here, Fauci's resignation should not prevent a full-throated investigation into the origins of the pandemic. He must be required to testify under oath regarding any discussions he participated in concerning that Wuhan lab leak. So we see that will be coming out. And even Elon Musk just tweeted out, this was yesterday, my pronouns are prosecute Fauci. So it'll be interesting. Well, who do you think should go first, Tom, from Judicial Watch? Who would you go after first in this whole Twitter-verse fiasco?
Oh, if I were running the Justice Department, I'd be asking for all these documents to see what was going on, especially with respect to the FBI's communications. I mean, the FBI needs to be investigating the FBI at this point, right?
Yeah, that's it.
And Congress really just needs to bring all of these folks in, question them quickly, or maybe even just analyze their prior testimony and move quickly to referrals if the evidence warrants, meaning telling the Justice Department they need to start looking at prosecutions. But the challenge is, as I said, Joe Biden runs the show. He wants censorship. In fact, he's targeting and trying to punish Elon Musk for supporting free speech. So if anyone's more, let's be clear, who's more likely to be punished by the Justice Department? The Twitter censors and the FBI goons who help them do it, or Elon Musk? Elon Musk. That's the Justice Department's approach, I suspect.
Look at that. And looking at Tom's 1.9 million followers on Twitter. And it's nice that you quoted James Madison, Tom Fitton. A popular government without popular information or the means of acquiring it is but a prologue to a farce or a tragedy, or perhaps both. God bless you for that. Tom, keep the fight. I got to ask you, you're going to kill me, and I apologize, but we're talking to my buddy Dan Hoffman from the CIA. You are jacked, Tom Fitton. You are jacked, man. No, man. Barbells or the straight bar, man. What are you doing for your bicep curls? And God bless you. You look great. You look great, brother.
Joe, the older you get, the more careful you have to be.
I know. Whatever you're doing it right. And it's great, man. I wouldn't mess with you if you walked into a courtroom, Tom. I'll tell you that right now, brother. So, listen, all the best. Thank you for taking the time with us. Thanks for the fight, Tom Fitton, and Godspeed, my friend.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch.